I'm going to turn you over now to Anne Savoy and a fine host of musicians. Thank you.
Well, it's really great to be here. I guess you can see, if any of you know anything about Cajun music, who we have up here on the stage, we have some incredible representatives of this culture. What? Over here we have Mr. Chuck Guillory. Now, Chuck was born, I guess, in about, what, 1920, Chuck? And he's been doing some beautiful music ever since. He made some very big hit records in the 40s, I believe it was, with his band, the Rhythm Boys. And he kind of is the definitive swing Cajun fiddle player, so I think you're really going to enjoy him. And next we have here Mr. Wilson Granger and his son Ronald. Wilson played with Arhoolie Lejeune. I'm sure you're all familiar with him. He was one of the classic accordion players of all time. He appears on this recording I want to show you. Unfortunately, I don't have everybody's recordings. I have a few of them. This is a record that came out in England of Arhoolie Lejeune's 78s. I did the notes for this CD, and Mr. Granger played the fiddle on the classic Doral Waltz, and you're going to hear his very classic fiddling in a minute. Next we have his son Ronald came along just to help him out. Mr. Pee Wee Broussard here plays about every instrument you can imagine. He plays accordion, fiddle, steel guitar, everything. He was the man really who made playing in the third position on the accordion popular, the key of, say if you have a C accordion, the key of F. And he's written some of the Cajun favorites, which he's going to tell you about as the day wears on. Next we have Mr. Carlton Frank, really I guess the last living Creole fiddler that we are privileged to know at this time. Unfortunately, there are not a lot. Oh no, I'm sorry, Morris is a great fiddler too. Excuse me, Morris. He's still pretty healthy.
That's all right, we got time.
So there are not many fiddlers in the Creole culture, so we really have a treat having both of these men on the stage today. Carlton is the uncle of Preston Frank, who has had a family band for many years. He played with his beautiful daughter and his two young sons for a long time in the Swallow family band, and they were just a great band. And all those children, this is a perfect example of what this festival is trying to represent. The children grew up in the tradition, and they all but had their own bands now. In fact, his son Keith is a mega Zydeco star, Keith Frank. And we used to see him as a child backing up his daddy, so that's how these things happen. The next is another family dynasty of Cajun and Creole musicians here. We have Morris and Bois Ardoin. I'm sure none of these people are unknown to you, but Bois has played at the festival quite a bit. And he has been given a very prestigious award from Washington, D.C. as the National Heritage Fellowship. His family is a long tradition of musicians. All of his children are also musicians. They grew up playing with him. In fact, Morris, of course, is his son. He's made many recordings, and I'll show you one of those that has just come out on Arhoolie. This is a compilation of Bois and his family with Mr. Canary Fontenot, who's now passed away. It's a very fine CD that's just come out on Arhoolie if you want to check it out with Bois. Okay, before the thing's over, let's start hearing some of these classic musicians play us a tune. I don't know, who wants to start? Shall we? Mr. Chuck said he wants to start. This will be fun because I've asked, Chuck actually used to play the fiddle at house dances when he was 7 years old. And when I interviewed Chuck for my upcoming Volume 2, he told me that he used to play music with his dad at Nick's Bar in Eunice. They played twin fiddles just to get a little bit of money to eat. And he used to have to walk 10 miles to school every morning. And he's had a hard life. Like all of these men up here, I think could speak to you that their music comes from a lot of hard work and a lot of hard times, and that's what all that feeling comes from. And Chuck said he'd play this very rare old song called La Bataille d'un Laube, and he used to play that with his old, I guess was it your brother-in-law or father-in-law?
My real father.
Your real father, what was his name, Chuck?
Guillory.
Made Guillory used to play this song with him, twin fiddles, back in, I guess, before 1925. Would you play that little song for us? I'm going to let you play it by yourself. I think this song is on a record by Harry Oster with Shelby Vadrine, isn't it? I think this song is on a record. I'm not sure if Chuck actually played it on the record.
Yes.
Okay, Chuck's from Mamou. Now let's move along here. I think we'll have Mr. Wilson Granger play his classic Dural Waltz. If you would start off with that. Would you mind starting off with that? Uh-huh. Ronald remembers as a child going to Henri Legendre house with his dad, Wilson, and when they made these recordings, these early Henri Legendre recordings, and there's a dog barking on the recording, and Ronald remembers that dog under the house barking, and he was thinking, that dog's going to be on the recording. He's kind of worried about it. So I think the guitar can come down a little, Terry, because since we're Mike and Wilson's fiddle. Okay, let's hear it, Mr. Wilson. Can he sing in that same mic, Terry? Yeah, sing us a piece of it, please. one through the ages here, and then we're going to go to the Creole side over here. We're going to finish on up, I guess what I might call, Pee-wee can play, Pee-wee still is playing in dance bands, and I don't think the other two gentlemen are playing in bands that much anymore, maybe a little bit. But Pee-wee had a band called the Melody Boys, and they made some pretty hot recordings, and I think he wants to play you one right now. What you going to do for us first, Pee-wee? The song La Valse de Tout le Monde, Everybody's Waltz, is one of the great classics Pee-wee wrote, and he's going to sing it for you too.
Okay, I went to Coney Island one year. I got as far as Creole. And I see a lot of stuff that's going to make a song called the Creole Stomp.
That the young bands get credit for a lot of the music that they actually learned from these men. So it's such a treat to hear from the real people that all this material came from. Okay, let's pass it on down to the Ardoin family. We're going to start at the end again. Mr. Bois and Morris, can y'all play us the song that Bois was raised over in Los Pieds-Noirs, and it's been playing music. Was it your uncle? Was Amédée Ardoin? Your cousin? And as a child, Bois said he used to play triangle behind his cousin Amédée Ardoin, and always wanted to play like him. You gonna play us a song now? And what do y'all want to play? beautiful. All right. Well, I guess we're going to keep on going around. Okay, now Preston and Carlton, would y'all play us a song? And we have a lot of areas represented here. Preston and Carlton are from Oberlin or Swallow. Their last name is Frank, but they all have lived in Swallow, and they have a lot of family kind of activities over there. They used to have a really great Mardi Gras dance in their community. They have a lot of things. A lot of their children speak French. I think they've really kept their traditions and their culture alive. You want to play us a tune? What do you want to play? Okay, now this is a song that Preston recorded on the Arhoolie label. The family band with Carlton, and that record was made about 1980 or something, about 1980, and it's called the Swallow Special. Swallow Special. Here? Okay, never mind. Okay, I think it's time for Chuck Guillory to play us what he really likes to play the best, one of his hit songs. This is a song, Chuck, which one would you like to play? What of your songs? His greatest hits were the Tolao Waltz and what was the Grand Texas. Which one would you like to do?
You want to play with me?
Yeah, I'll play. Which you want to play?
Big Texas.
Okay, he's going to play Grand Texas. Where'd that song come from, Chuck?
I got that Texas. Texas.
In Texas? That's a good play, I guess so. I guess you all know that the song Jambalaya, Hank Williams heard the Cajun people playing Grand Texas, and he stole that and he made Jambalaya out of it. So you might, if you don't know that little tidbit, that's a good one for you. Okay, Chuck, let's go. Right. He said they record the song, we make the jambalayas. What key are you going to be in? D? nice record, also on the Arhoolie record label, called Grand Texas, in which he's playing with the late great Preston Manuel and Pork Chop Roy, and I can't remember who else is on the record, but it's a great record. And
Papa Cairo.
Papa Cairo, well, how can I forget Papa Cairo? Oh, and also Chuck, Chuck, tell us about Jimmy C. Newman. I mean, you had a lot to do with his fame, didn't you?
I started, what do you know?
No, would you tell the audience? Give him the microphone so he can talk.
What you want to know about the Jimmy
Tell us,
C?
yeah, where did Jimmy C. Newman come from?
Along the Illinois.
And was he a great band person when you met him?
Listen, no, he didn't know nothing. I teach him everything he knows. That's true. He didn't know when to start singing or not.
He was over there where you were there from Mamu too.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And so I think Chuck has started out a lot of great guys.
Yeah.
Name some other people that you used to work with, Chuck.
George
George Jones.
he played for 6 months with me.
He played with you. George Jones played with you for 6 months. And Preston Manuel. And I know you played with Bob Wills for a while in
Yeah, well,
Texas.
it's 6 months.
For 6 months. And Chuck likes to kind of move around a lot. Just 6 months periods, he gets bored.
That's right. We had some good music.
Y'all played some great music in your time, you sure have. I guess you've all heard of Papa Cairo. He was a good friend of Chuck's, and he played in his band. He played steel guitar in Chuck's band for a long time.
The guitar.
Okay.
He's one of the best.
One of the best, fine person. Okay, I think it's time to keep on moving down here. Would you like to play a song now, Mr. Wilson? One of your J.B. Fusilier? Which one? Huh?
Yes, shot by shot.
Wilson Granger was also very inspired by the late, great J.B. Fusilier. And this is a beautiful, beautiful song that J.B. recorded called Cher Bassett.
Run away from me.
special. Another song Pee Wee wrote, and he recorded this with was that with the Melody Boys, Pee Wee? Did you record that with the Melody Boys? I would like you to sing.
Get the mic in front of him, Ann.
He's going to play the Lafayette Waltz. That's a song, you wrote that song? He wrote that song, and it's a really classic. They also called it the KLFY Waltz, or is it? Oh, it's the same thing as the, what?
Just got the cat myself.
Okay. Yeah.
Tu fais comme on va faire. Moi tout seul à Lafayette après souffert.
He wants to play the flip side of that 45 for you now, a piece of it, okay? I know that Pee Wee's got an accordion there he's pretty proud of. What kind of accordion is that, Pee Wee? He has an old Monarch accordion. If you want to hold that up for the audience, these were the accordions all the Cajuns wanted, weren't they? I think in everybody's seen, I'm sure that Amédée Ardoin had an accordion like this. Everybody, all the old-timers had these accordions. They were the ones that really came from Germany, and they called them les tinoirs, the little black accordions. And he has one, so it's a real prize to have one of these old accordions. I guess you've got the same reeds in there too? The old Monarch reeds? Okay, well he was proud. He brought it to show you all, I think, today.
My wife used to tell me she's better kind of accordion than me. I said, I sure do. You can take care of yourself, the accordion cannot take care of itself.
Way to go on down here now. Let's switch over here now to Mr. Bois and Morris. What would you like to play for us? Jean Belmont, okay. that song, Bois. Where did you learn a lot of your material, your songs? Speak them in the mic.
I learned that with Judy video, so first time I started, I hear it.
The first time you would hear it, you learn it, you mean? The first?
I learned it.
You might notice that something I think is interesting about both of these bands. I guess you've all heard Zydeco a lot. Zydeco, when you used to ask them about Zydeco, they'd go, "What's Zydeco?" I mean, there's no such thing as Zydeco. These men were playing their music at their homes before there was such a thing as Zydeco, and they call that French music. There's a lot of crossovers, right, Preston? You might have something to say about that. Tell me about that. We got too many great people, not enough mics.
Yeah, they got pretty strong. We would tighten it up. And it kind of had to mix it up that time. We called it Lala at that time. And when Clifton came, he changed it to name it Zydeco, which is all mixed, all kind of different songs together, and just, all kind of different music. So that's what the difference is.
You said Zydeco is like a mixture of all kinds? Yeah, like you'll notice, like a lot of that song Bois just played, the Cajuns play that song all the time, Jean Blamont. And I know that Bois told me he liked Aldous Roger a lot, right? Like he used to watch that on TV, and there's a lot of crossover. All these men would watch that Aldous Roger on TV on Saturdays. There's a lot of crossover between the Cajun and the country Creole scene. Okay, let's see. Now let's go.
We're gonna play a song by Clifton. Other one from the started off.
Okay, here's a song that. Can you hear him? Are you gonna sing? You're gonna sing?
Try to if I can. J'ai bâti là-bas c'est mon vieux temps. Allez là-bas dans la campagne. Son nom, son nom, son nom, son nom. Son nom c'est pour ton nana. Ton nom est notre filet de vie. Avant ça dit de ton nana. Ton nom est notre filet de vie. Avant ça arrive, c'est ton nana. Ton nom est notre filet de vie. Avant ça arrive, c'est ton nana.
together, Carlton and Preston?
It's about almost 20 years I've been playing with them. We've been playing together. Last 20 years. I started off with him and Ardoin.
Did you all play dances or play at your house? Or
Yeah, well, we started off at the house. That's the way it's supposed to start off. My wife told me, she said, it's all right to do it that way. And then the first thing you know, I went out and started playing in the club. So she said, and that degree we had made. So, but she told me to go ahead and do it, which I've been enjoying doing ever since I've been doing it. And I started off first with them, and I've been playing ever since. Him and I together for a good while now.
It's very, very nice.
So just about every curves and turns I make, whatever, he knows where it got to go, where it got to go.
Y'all are tight. All these family bands, I think, really know each other's music. That's something that makes it particularly great when they play together, I think. Well, okay. Chuck, you want to play us another song? Which one you want to do? You want to do Grand Mamou or Tolin or?
Do your past number.
Okay, which one?
Tio two-step.
Cleo two-step?
Tio two-step.
Okay. Huh? Okay, speak it to your mic.
Okay. And I never sit down to play music.
You never sit down to play?
No.
Oh, he's confused because he always stands up when he plays. He said, people aren't supposed to sit down to play. Didn't like that. Oh, well, this is a first, Chuck. This is the first time. I don't think it's going to be what you'll do next time, huh?
Yeah.
I know, really.
It's hard to play when you used to stand up.
It's hard?
It's hard to play sitting down.
Oh, it's hard to play sitting down. All right. Okay. I think Wilson's going to play. Mr. Wilson, you want to play another song here?
Yes. But I want to tell Chuck, it's hard to play sitting down or standing up.
You do pretty good, I have to say.
marié, je voudrais me marier, mais la vieille veut pas. Elle veut pas, la vieille veut pas, la vieille veut pas, mais comment je vais faire?
For those of you who don't speak French, the words say, I want to get married, but the chicken won't lay. That means you don't have enough money, you don't have any goods to bring to your marriage. It's a really, really great classical song. Okay, Pee Wee has a little story he wants to tell you about this song. Where did this song come from, Pee Wee?
The Lord has carried me to my grave. Not me, my wife died. I made that song in 51 after she died, about 6 months after. A memory of my first wife.
That was one of his very first recordings he ever made. What year did you record that, Pee Wee? In 1951. Okay, Mr. Bois and Mr. Morris, what are y'all going to play for us now?
Lake Charles.
Lake Charles, all right. a big hit from your cousin Amédée Ardoin, wasn't it? He called that the one step de chameau. That's great. I'm afraid we're just about running out of time. Let's have another one from y'all, and maybe y'all could all play one together. But do you have a B flat? What do you have up? You got a C? Is yours a C? Do you have a C, Bois? Do you have a C? Pee-wee, you have a C? You have a C accordion? Maybe we can do Eunice two-step or something. Okay, what do y'all want to play to finish up right now? Okay, Preston said he recorded this song also on the Arhoolie label, and the song is called Tant Nana. Preston and Carlton Frank. These great masters of Cajun music, the ones who really wrote the book on the subject. And I want to thank Raul for letting me bring the ones that I wanted to bring over here today, all of these wonderful people. And we have a Crawford Vincent out in the audience. We probably have a lot of... Crawford, are you out there? Stand up. He's one of the great classic musicians from the Hackberg Ramblers, he played. And I'm sure there are a lot of you out there that I can't lay my eye on right now, so I don't mean to just single Crawford out, but thank you all for coming. We're going to end up here. Maybe everybody can, let's see if this is going to work. John, you want to try to play one together? And the Eunice two-step in G. Is that good for y'all? Eunice two-step in G? Don't put it in your